One of the things that we see in the political realm right now is the beginning of the shaping of 2016. We've actually probably seen it for the last couple of years. And one of the storylines is we have learned our lesson. A guy that was in the Senate for this is coming from your side, a guy that was in the Senate for 2 years, had no executive experience, is not ready to be president. You've been in the Senate for 4 years. Prior to that, you were a doctor. I think you described yourself to me at one point as a small town doctor. What in that resume is different than the president, the current sitting president?
I think it's sort of a sideshow to say which occupation you were before. You know, we've had good senators, we've had bad senators, we've had good governors, we've had bad governors. I reminded people that Jimmy Carter was a governor that many of us didn't think was that great of a president.
But he had executive experience. I think that's where this
right. But I mean, our judgment was that it wasn't that great of a presidency from our point of view. So I think really which position you occupied isn't so important as I think we want people with wisdom. I think we want people who are well-read and steeped in history. People who understand the tradition of both parties and of uniting the country. We also, when you think about it, one of the most important things is you want someone who's in charge of our nuclear arsenal, who's not going to be rash or reckless or eager to get into war. So I think people are looking for someone who is reasonable, but I think whether you've been a governor, they told me I couldn't be a senator because I'd just been a doctor. But as I've gotten to know people in Washington, we actually need more people who are not career politicians. We need more people from outside, not more people from inside.
And finally, your advice to Senator Mitch McConnell. I know you're going to go down and campaign for him. If he comes back and he is the leader of the majority party, the first thing you want him to do is?
I want him to invite American money to come home. There's a way we can reduce taxes, bring $1 trillion home, do it quickly so we can start stimulating the economy and get people back to work. But I'd do it in January because the longer you wait after an election, the less your mandate is, and it takes a while for things to work. But if we would lower that tax, bring that American and those American jobs home, I think you'd see an economic boom in our country, and I think Republicans would then get the credit for doing something productive.